Hello everybody, it's Georgia here. I'm going to be doing a love reading today. As you can see by all the rose quartz I've got and the swans that mate for life, by the way. And there are 6 cards. It's an interactive reading, meaning that you get to pick your card and then you can listen to the video and see what the interpretation is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the order we're going to go in. And you can pick more than one card too if you want. So while you're thinking about your question, what you'd like to know about your relationship, or if you don't have one, if you're going to be getting one, please, if you like this reading, like the video and subscribe to my channel. And you can find out more about me on my website, www.ravenhawktarot.com. And you will find all the services I offer, my bio, and other information that you might need. And that's how you can order a reading too. I specialize in soulmates, twin flames. I've written several blogs about it on my WordPress blog, The Raven's View. And I like to do readings. I do astrology of soulmates. So that's comparing your charts to see what past life connections you may have. So anyway, let's get started. Card number 1 is the Moon card. And this deck is the Goddess of Love Tarot. Very beautiful deck. The Moon is the first card, and the Moon is a card that has several meanings, and it depends on which one applies to your situation. It's a card of cycles, like the cycles of the Moon, the cycles in your life. You may have like good relationship cycles, bad relationship cycles, cycles with no relationships. But this card is to remind you that it's ever changing. So if you're in a slump or your relationship isn't going well, there's a new cycle coming. That's one interpretation of this card. Another is that of deception. The Moon is a card of deception. There could be deception by one of the parties in the relationship. And it could be self-deception, which is very possible. Maybe you're deceiving yourself about the relationship. Maybe your partner's deceiving you. There's also addictions associated with it. I've had this come up with alcohol, drug problems. So this is a card, I think it's a warning to really take a look and to see it with clear eyes, to see what's going on in your relationship. And I'm picking one of my little cards. I don't even know what they are. I got them on Amazon, but I just love them. They're just the cutest. And that was a long time ago, and the box is long gone. So this card is called the Mask. Not showing true feelings, hiding, personifying, pretending, deluding, and gaslighting. So one of the people in this relationship may be wearing a mask. Maybe you're not seeing the true person. Or maybe you're not showing your true self. So think hard about this, because this is a significant card here. Significant little reading, number 1. Number 2 is the 6 of Cups. This is a card of the past, of childhood. This could be a childhood friend or, a crush that comes back, because it's a card of coming back from the past, something that comes back from the past. It could be a lover who's left you and may come back. This card may be saying that they're coming back. So if you've wondered if you'll ever hear from someone again, this card indicates you probably will. But it is a card of childhood memories too. And I remember reading for one person who met her soulmate and she was in her 40s, I guess, at the time, and they had grown up together, and then lost track for many, many years and met later on and got married. So this is the card of the past coming back, and childhood and memories. And the extra card is keys on a ring. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Now, it could be somebody who maybe you were involved in a casual relationship with in the past, and now, it may come back in a different form, more serious. Many options, so there are a lot of possibilities here. You just have to think about what your situation is and how it would fit in with this. And as I said, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, you can just send me a text. Or if you want a deeper reading, let me know. Okay, the next card is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is a card, the wheel goes around. It's a card of change. So there's some kind of change coming. And when you see it in a full reading, you usually look at the cards around it to see, because the Wheel of Fortune is kind of a neutral card. It's a change card. The wheel is turning. Things are changing. And it's also a card that indicates like taking a risk. Like gambling on something. It's a crapshoot. So maybe you're at a point where you don't know if you want to take a risk on a relationship. Or your relationship is changing, whether it's for the better or for the worse, would depend, on cards that come up around it if we do a regular reading. But I feel like, in a way, it's also kind of like the Moon card. There's like a cycle, and it goes around and around and around, and it's almost like spinning a roulette wheel. So maybe it's telling you to take a risk on a relationship, if you've been thinking about it and just don't know if you want to or not. I think this card would say take a risk, roll the dice. And the little card that goes with it is Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So that seems to indicate that this is a good thing, that there's a relationship coming, that there will be some exchange of affection and, love, falling in love. This is a very new relationship. It's not an old established relationship, unless maybe the relationship has gone stale and the wheel is spinning to make a change, to make it more enhancing, like have more affection, romance, add that to your repertoire. Start setting aside a special time to be with that person and to just, have a date night or whatever. So it's I think in this reading it's positive. So if you got it, go for it. What could happen? Card number 4 is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is a card of putting in a lot of work into something. So you might have put in a lot of work into your relationship. And now it's time to reap the benefits of that. And it's more of an established relationship. It's not a new relationship. It's an established relationship that you've worked on for a long time. And I don't know why, but 8 years is coming into my head. So maybe there's somebody who's been in a relationship for 8 years, and they've created something good. It's a good card. And the card that goes with it is Palm Tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So that indicates that you've put a lot of work into something and created a stable and secure relationship, and something that endures the test of time. As an 8, it's gotten past the 7-year itch, so. But it's something that endures the test of time and goes on. Card number 5 is Lust. Ooh. This card in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot is the card of strength. It's a card of a person, and in the Rider-Waite, it's a woman mastering her baser instincts. You know, you can see the animal instincts in the lion and the instincts to be a snake, you know, and the roses are love symbols. So this is a card of lust, of, you know, needing to or having managed your lower base instincts. That's what this card is about. So either you need to or you have. But I think in this sense, it's a card that tells you not to base your relationships on lust. I mean, to think about that. If you have a relationship that's purely sexual, you know, it may not go anywhere because you need to establish the friendship and the emotions that go with it. I was watching a relationship coach that I like to listen to his videos. I don't necessarily agree with all his stuff, but I love to listen to him. And he had just started a new relationship himself, and he was talking about how at first it's like there wasn't this instant attraction. They weren't like, you know, lusting after one another, but they liked to talk. So they continued to talk for a while, and later on they found themselves in a real relationship with a you know, attraction and everything. It just took time. And so maybe it's saying to not go with the lust and you know, to take time to get to know someone. And also, I think it refers to people who are love or sex addicts, you know, where you're just addicted to the love and the newness of it and the excitement and all that, or you're addicted to the, you know, the great sex that you have when you first get together and everything's new, and, you know, and that may be your addiction. And you know, if you pick that card with the moon, it definitely is. But it's important to overcome that, you know, and to tame it. And that's the lesson of the card of strength in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. And incidentally, the card that came up with it is addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So that's referring to people who may be love or sex addicted or codependent addicted, you know, addicted to the whole codependence thing, having to have a man, you know, and or a woman, and being obsessed, getting obsessed with them, needing to possess them, to control them. So that's something to definitely look at, because it's pretty clear in these two cards. So take a look at that, think about it, and see if that applies to you. It may not, but if it does, you gotta look at it. The last card is the Empress, and she's very beautiful, and she is fertile. That's the big thing with the Empress. She's fertile. She's a creator. She creates a relationship. She creates a marriage, because it can be a wife. She creates life. It could indicate a pregnancy. She's the mother, the wife, the mother. And she's creating something, and what it is, it could be a brand new relationship. So the card that goes with it is Love Call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So this to me is like a card of new love, or of old love that's gone stale, maybe coming back and, you know, expressing that you really love each other. But it's definitely a new relationship coming. If you chose this card, there's a new relationship coming. And you're creating it, and you're creating it through your, healing of yourself, healing of your issues, taking care of business. So that's our reading today. I hope you got something out of that. If you have any questions, you can contact me through my website, www.ravenhawktarot.com. If you'd like an astrology consultation or a tarot reading about your relationship, let me know. I've written several blogs on the subjects of twin souls and soulmates. Twin flames and soulmates. And they're on my WordPress, The Raven's View. There's a lot of blog posts about, because I kind of specialize in twin souls and twin flame. I can't even say it. Twin flames and soulmates, because I've met my twin flame, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. And I've met soulmates along the way. So understanding this phenomenon, and I've written a lot about it. So I also do soulmate readings and with tarot and astrology. So anyway, that's www.ravenhawktarot.com. And let me know what you need. I'll be there to help you. Have a great day.